Hello, hello, welcome back to Oolykee Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mod Monday. And we have a lot of icons and a lot of mods to cover. Okay, by first, a disclaimer, I only chose several mods. I think it was 8, 9, 10 in this case, and there's a lot of beautiful mods. Please go on Workshop and check it out. Map wise, I chose this one. We'll see which one it is in the end. There's the Yemeni coast, there's northern Canada, there's Siberian. It's amazing stuff everywhere. Just please go and check the Workshop. This is just my little bit of a personal preference, what I would like to build and what I think you guys might be interested in. So just a disclaimer. First, Balfron Tower. This is iconic London building in brutalist style, constructed at the height of brutalist movement in UK. It's a really beautiful and iconic building. It's not Soviet Republic one, but if you want to make your own United Soviet Kingdom republics, what an oxymoron there, now you can. I think it's really beautiful mod, a lot of nice details, and it's quite iconic building in itself. 571 people live there, and it's 92% quality of the apartments. Okay, for all of you who don't know, I'm kind of sucker for real buildings that actually existed, and more of them the merrier, at least in my point of view, and this is one of those. This is P4 flats. P4 flats made by Comrade Joe. There are only small set of these buildings built in the Soviet Moscow from 73 to 1980, and they house 330 people, which is, for this size huge building, it's quite realistic, and they actually were a little bit luxurious in its own. They had up to four bedroom apartments in there, so this was kind of huge. Right, so there you go. This is 91% quality of the apartments, and you have 330 people living in there. Please check the description of the video for the link to the mod. I think we can't really skip, if we're talking about realism and real capacities and real buildings, I think we can't skip Mr. Rob 074. This is a big food factory based in Lublin. It has 250 workers, requires 62 tons of crops to create 30 tons of food per day when fully staffed. This is a really nice building. If it's real, if it's from the real world, probably gonna see it on this mod Mondays. Now, if you have your republic doing well and you want a flashy, centrally located building in your city, may I suggest Central Bus Station from Mr. Benser. This is a central bus station that was made from 57 to 60 in Kiev. In this game it can take 10 vehicles and 1,000 people can be serviced by it. It's really beautiful design, it's a really nice station, and if your republic is doing well, I think this is something that we can agree you should have in your republic. Okay, so it's time to get out the big guns here. Mr. Toprus and Small Rail Infrastructure Pack. This is a pack of 7 buildings for your small industrial zones that, if you want to connect them with the railroads. You can see these 7 buildings here. We have a small quarry. Actually, it's a bigger one. This is actually a smaller quarry. You have gravel processing plant that can process 27 tons of gravel from 40 tons of quarried stone. You have train aggregate unloading, you have liquids unloading, you have dry bulk unloading and dry bulk loading. The only thing I didn't notice here, we don't have the liquid loading station here, we have only unloading, and of course you have everything else here that you might need. Is it either with the conveyor connections or with pipelines, as you can see here. So anyway, check it out in the description. This is a small industrial pack for rail infrastructure. Okay, I bet for most of you this is gonna be the gem of our video here. This is Mr. Nixik's retro airport pack. Now this is 12-piece pack that has realistic buildings from Sheremetyevo Airport. They're all custom made. He made them himself. As far as description of the mod goes, you can check that in the description of the video, link to the mod. And it has 12 buildings here. You have 4 separate passenger terminals. One of them that has both sides connected to it, one of them left or only right if you wish, and also you have a circular airport. Now you can create a freaking huge airport with all of these stuff that you have here. You have also control towers, you have fuel stations, you have a really small passenger tower from the old days, and you have two cargo stations, medium size and a small one here, just for your cargo exports. Now this is a really beautiful mod. Check out description, you have a link to it, and for more details as well. Right, Mr. Chestier and Pak ранних вагончиков. Вагончиков. Right, this is my bad Russian. Right, so this is a pack of the small train carts you can see here on this nice Polish locomotive pulling them. They're really small. I'm gonna show you how they look and what they are all about. There's 4 different wagons. They would be 16-ton covered one, covered car for cement, that will be 10 tons. You have gondola car for bulk cargo, and 20-ton platform for open cargo and machinery. Right, so these are the wagons. This is how they look. I'm gonna show you in the options where we can buy them. So let's focus on the train a bit here. So you can see the train running over here. The wagons are the star of the show, at least it should be. It's an old school, smaller size wagons as well. This is something that I would love to implement in early days of my republic, at least. You can see them here. Right, so if you go to your railroad depot, under the purchasing here, you have cargo wagons. If you scroll, I have all of them unlocked, but if you scroll all the way in the back, because these are the latest mods I installed, you have here in Cyrillic, you have cement, and you have polywagon. Right, anyway, I'm not gonna butcher it, it's in Cyrillic, but you can see that they're made in Soviet Union. They're quite cheap and quite small, and you can see their capacities here. I think this is something quite realistic, and I love it. I really do, and I think you're gonna see these wagons in my Let's Plays. So there it is. We have the star of the show, the map. I'm gonna show right now. Right, the star of the show, it's the map. I'm gonna just pause this so we don't get any switches between night and day. And this is Siberian taiga, Yeniseisk 15, made by Airport. Now Airport is the person who actually lives in Siberia, and he makes these maps, and he has several of maps released. This is one of them. It's extremely beautiful. It's a little bit on a flat side, but it's not perfectly flat. It has a taste to it. It has textures, and if you go and if you check out the grid, it's not perfectly flat map covered with forest. It actually has a little bit of a texture. You can see these yellow lines and broken, even red ones. It's not perfectly flat terrain, especially on the banks of the rivers. Now there's a big trick to this map. It doesn't have any NATO connections, so forget about trading and buying anything from NATO countries. I'm not sure if you can dig a canal or something and you can start exporting by boats, but it only has connections to Soviet Union. Another really bad trick, and it's bad in my books, there's no railroad crossing here. You only have the normal crossings, and it says in the description of the mod that there are 3, but I only found 2 border crossings here. I might be missing something. We have 3 villages, of course. This is one village, but there's no border crossing over here. And then we have border crossing in this area over here. You can see here border crossing, no railroad connection. And if we go all the way to the other side of the map, again Soviet border crossing, we will have village here and a border crossing without railroad connections, so forget about railroad. He suggests that you should start with the nuclear industries, maybe. They are a little bit further from the border, but this is something that probably we should do here. Right, I think if you try to install this map, start it, just turn on the sounds. It's beautiful birds chirping, it's a beautiful Siberian taiga. Forests are endless, so try exporting that if you think that that's a profitable thing enough. But terrain and the rivers and the little canals that you have around the map are absolutely beautiful and stunning. I think this is what we're missing, this kind of artistic expression, I would like to say, with map construction that we're lacking these days. I would like to see more of these maps. I'm even considering having a video only about the maps, and hopefully we will see that as well. There are several good maps you can check out in this week's Mod Monday. You have Yemeni map, you have Canadian map, as I mentioned in the beginning. Check them out. They're all really beautiful, and this is my favorite from last 7 days. It's really difficult to play on this map, be warned, but it's really beautiful to play on this map. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. You have all the links to all the mods in description, so check them out. Rate the mods if you like them. If you don't, you know what you need to do. And considering this video, like it if you liked it, don't if you didn't. Leave a nasty comment in the comment section, I prefer those. Subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and guys, thanks for everything. See you in the next one. Bye bye.